Oh, there we are. Hi guys. Thanks for joining me. We are live again. Hello. I was obviously getting very bored. Let's just get that in focus. Let's hope it works. Got a little bit more technical tonight, so I've tried to connect my phone up, and so we can use that as a camera. I can show you a few more things. Probably going to try and do this most evenings about this time. People have been asking for bits and pieces, so hopefully we can cover some things. If you want me to cover anything, then drop us some posts and messages, and we'll try and cover some bits and pieces to help you guys use your equipment. We've had a few suggestions today, which will be using the smart clip. Somebody wanted to know about the EVD, and we have been asked about the history of Delkim. I can do all that kind of stuff. Might not do the history today, depends how we get on, but yeah, I can do a whole thing there. I can sit and talk about that for you if you want. You know, whatever you want, we can try and do that. Probably also we'll do something on the older stuff as well. As I say, these are to help you. I've got no agenda on this whatsoever. This is about people. If you want to know even about our oldest stuff, then I can do a revision of that. I might not have the products on me. I can certainly talk about it and advise you. I've got a few bits and pieces here, and I'm trying to do the best I can, but let's hope we can do something. So anyway, if you just join us, hello. We're going to go about this for about half an hour or so, and if you have any actual questions, then I'll try and answer those as well. But I've got a little demo set up, so we'll move straight on. We're going to talk about the smart clip. So if you just bear with me, I'll just angle the camera. If it drops out and we have to go back to the other one, you'll have to bear with me. You will have sound, but let's see how we get on. So let's just angle this down here, and you'll see. There we go. Okay, so I've got myself set up here. I've got an alarm set up with this little fella here. So this is our smart clip. Somebody's asked me how do I or get the best out of the smart clip. Hello, the wife has joined. Hello, Christine. This is a good little gizmo. Okay, you've got these and you don't know how to get the best out of them. This is for you. So, and the great thing about this is it's nothing to do with Delkim. This works with any hanger alarm combination. This just is a nice little free running line clip. Okay, if you've never seen it before, it's spring loaded. Let's just show you there. Okay, it fits around the rod, and it allows you to pin the line where you want it to get that knot. You get a nice, I can't do it from reverse, but you get a little angle like this. Okay, a nice equal angle, and that angle helps you get the most out of your visual indication. Okay, so most of you are probably using your hangers like this. Okay, so it will pull. You can see the line here, hopefully, and it pulls to the top, and it's pulling off the reel there, and it gets to about here, and it is tight. Okay, and there is a increase in tension. Okay, because of pulleys and forces, that weight, and normally a demo that I do at the shows is I get people to pull it nice and slowly, and it feels heavier and heavier and heavier. It pulls tighter and tighter until it gets to about there. Okay, and we've probably all had it where official pull and it goes da, 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 da. Oh no. Now I'm not saying that it's for definite, but there is an increase in tension there. Okay, so if you think it's pulling evenly, it's not. So if that fish is feeling that increase in tension, there might be a possibility that it drops it because it can feel that. You might want that. Okay, that's entirely up to you. There's different styles of fishing for different horses for courses. But as soon as I clip that in there, okay, now it can, for one, it can pull all the way to the top of the rod. Okay, so I've got that little extra bit of give, which means it's, and it evens out the weight of the bobbin. Okay, you can't feel this, but you're going to have to trust me that when I pull it all the way to the top, it is the same weight. It feels the same all the way to the top. So when I've put I put 5 grams on this hanger, This is the slim light on here with the arm. When I've put the slim light on here and 5 grams, that's feeling the same all the way up. Okay, feeling the same all the way up. Hello, sorry, not quite a few people joining us. Hi, if you're just joining me tonight, we're just going through the smart clip. People have asked and made suggestions. I'm going to keep doing this probably half an hour a night, 6:30 for half an hour or so every evening. Maybe not Saturdays and Sundays, but we'll see. But certainly on the weekdays, keep you guys entertained and go through any stuff. If you've got any suggestions, I might not cover it tonight, but you know, we'll keep going and I can set up stuff to be able to show you. But we're going through the smart clip, okay? And we're showing how it can aid visual indication, okay? Not just with Delkim stuff, it helps with any alarm, whatever you're using in hanger setup. Okay, so I've moved it there, and the great thing is, because it can be moved anywhere, if I move that forward, it makes the bobbin feel even lighter, and if I move it back, it will make the hanger or the bobbin feel heavier. So moving it back can be quite useful when you've got a bit of bobbin creep, because you'll go, well, I don't want to add another 5 grams, okay? So just moving it back slightly along the rod just gives you a bit more counterbalance, so you can offset that bobbin creep without having to add any more weight, so you can fine tune it. And of course it's free running, and then it just, when you strike, it just pulls out. It's designed to stay on the rod, and so you can cast with it. Again, if you're unsure about casting, just put it to the top. That gets it out of the way. You know, because it's so easy, you know, you unclip your bobbins and everything anyway. You can just take it off, put it in your pocket, and then put it back on once you set up again. It's very easy to do so. If you have any worries about it casting, you know, people cast in so many different ways. It's very difficult to know everybody's style of reel, rod, casting style. But if you're in any doubt, you can just take it off, put it back on again. But we had designed it to stay on the rod. So, you know, the best way is to have that nice triangle as best you can with your hangers, and then that gives you equal weight all the way to the top of the rod, and it gives you that little bit of extra travel. Okay. They also do have these little blades. Can you see? I'm pointing at that. So these little blades either side, and you can trap the line under there. So if you wanted to, you can get a snap effect. So that would be similar maybe to your normal line clip, but it is different from pinning it back to the. I can't pan it round that far. I daren't move my phone, but I can't pan it. You know, it's different than hooking it at the reel. Okay, so that's. Yeah, that's our suggestion of the best way of using that. Let me just see if we've had any more questions on that. People are asking stuff. We're not, you know. What I'll do is, rather than this be a total Q&A, what I'll do is I will come back to people who are asking questions now, because I'm trying to do a bit more of a set agenda on these little ones. Rather than a freestyle, though I might do a little bit of a freestyle at the end. Somebody's asked what the damage is on these. Okay, somebody said great for pike fishing. Yes, they are, because now this is going to test me, because I'm going to try and move it to the other end of the rod. One of the good things about these, have I got two? I might have. Let me have a look. No, so let me just move this round and hope that move it to the real end. Okay. There we go. So if I take this off here now, and I put it here above the reel, okay, what I can do now is I can clip that in there, and I can open the bail arm. So then that will pull when I get a run. I hope you can see that the line here, that just pulls out there, and then you're on open bail arm or free spooling, however you've got that set up. We're not, you know, we've got anglers that do lot pike fishing, and we've never been fans of drop-off indicators. People are. We feel that, you know, the way we've set that up is a more effective than a drop-off indicator, which creates more and more tension. But, you know, quite people do like drop-offs, and that's fair enough. You know, I'm not going to tell people how to fish. I'm just showing you, you know, how it can be used and how people have used it quite successfully. Okay, so that's really it. They come in packs of 3 for those of you that are just, you know, haven't seen them before. So all the information's on our website or on our app. Okay, so you can find out about these. Oh, let's move my camera back so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. It seems to be working. So anyway, if you just join us, hi, just doing another little Facebook Live. We've just been going through the smart clip. You might have missed that, but obviously you can watch it back later. This will all be saved on there, but that gives you a little demonstration of how the smart clip works. Excuse me. But yeah, they come in packs of 3 if you need them, but that's probably the best way to use them. What else? Somebody asked me about the EVD. Okay, okay, I'll show you again. I don't want to, you know, somebody asked me how it works. It's very simple. Okay, button on the front here. Oh, let's try and shall we turn this camera back up a little bit? There we go, and you can see me a bit more. There we go. So I'm gonna come here with it. So if you can see, button on the front, that turns it on and off. Let's see if we can get that in focus with a little tap of the screen. There we go. So if I hold this down, okay, that's turned it on, and that's working away. So, oh, we can't see. Let's get the focus on this. So, is it going to focus? You can't see what it's got here, but there we go. Just about. See if I get close to me. So you've got response here, and you've got volume. Okay, so it's got the same response level as the txi-d, so it's all on one control. Okay, so that is the slight difference between that and the old EV, which only had a lower range of sensitivity. You've also got a blow on it. You've got mute by just pressing the button. Oh, doing it in reverse. Mute. That's muted, and you can change the brightness of the LED. So I think that's on night brightness, which has sort of medium LED, main LED, and then the night marking, and I can put it into, if I hold it down for 2 pips, there you go, yeah, full brightness. You can see how much that's bright. If I hold it down again, there you go, goes to medium, and that's it really. Hold it down again to turn it off, and it's compatible with all our accessories, and it's got the d-loks, and you can use all the visual indicators. So it comes with a hard case as well. You can go and find out the details of that. You know, I'm not trying to flog you anything on here. This is not one flogging. I'm just trying to hold it down for 5 seconds. It turns it off. 1, 2. There you go. That's turned off. Okay, it takes the same batteries. You can see it's designed the same. It's built in the same place. Does all the same things. So that's the EVD. Let's see. Hi, if you just joined us. Quite a few people here tonight. Got quite a few people saying hello. Hi Tim, I hope that's answered your question on stuff. Or people are asking about bits and pieces. Oh, while I'm on again, let's just put it into my face. Sorry, don't scare everybody. Don't let your kids in. The app, people, if you haven't downloaded the app, so much on there. You need to download it. There's quick guides on there to help you use, and a quick reference for when you're using the products out in the field. And one of the great things is you're going to win a prize. Okay, well, you're not going to win. You've got the chance to win a prize, I should say. 780 quid worth of stuff is up for grabs just by downloading the app, registering, answering some questions. Set of 3 TXIs and a receiver, hangers, weights, accessories, black box, all can be yours for just downloading the app. Okay, we all need a bit of sunshine in our lives. I keep saying it, but it's free. Have it. Free app is for helping you, and it keeps you informed. Of course, we'll be able to ping you all about what's going on with Delkim while this COVID-19 is about, so we'll be able to tell you when it's back up and running. But you can book repairs in there, get spares, do warranty. I'll be doing a little video on filling in your warranty as well, so I'll get that sorted to show you exactly how it's done, because a few people have some difficulties with that. You can find your nearest stockist, local tackle shop. So you know, try and shop local where you can. It's always a great thing. Keep them going. Okay, but download that app. It's on Google, it's on Apple, you know, Android and Apple iOS. So, you know, download it, get using it, and have a chance to win a really fantastic prize. Okay, the competition runs till midnight on the 5th of April, so plenty of time while you're all sitting at home to download that and have a look through it. And I'll be doing some more stuff on the app. I know a couple of people have said that the quick guides are there to help you once you've, you know, obviously you've got to look at the instructions, and then those quick guides are there to help remind you once you've you know, using it on the bank. So, you know, it's cross-reference. You need to read the instructions first. I know we don't like to, but you know, you can't just bowl out and just use it. You should be able to just turn it on and go. But there, you know, if you want to start fiddling with things, you're going to need to have a quick look at the instructions, and then those quick guides are there just as a reference point for you. Okay, so you can use it. So, and there's videos there as well. So whichever way you need, if you want a video or you want a guide, oh, I'm in down here, then, you know, do that. What else we got? Let's just answer a few questions. Okay, I'm going to go down the top. So if you just joined us, hello. We're just having a little bit of a chat here for half an hour or so. I'll go through some stuff. Switching on day-night mode. What's it? Switching from day to night mode on the txi-d. Okay, so day-night mode is fairly easy. Okay, so if I come back down here, you'll probably hear it. Let's just have a look. Day-night mode. Okay, this is a txi-d. Okay, so it's a right-hand push button. Okay, so push button 2, and all you have to do is just hold it down and wait for a beep. Okay, so okay, that's gone to night. So it goes do. So when it goes down, the tone goes down. It's night. Okay, and now you might be able to see that that's. Well, you see, it's just glowing. Yep. So it's in night marking. You can just see that's glowing. Okay, and that's you see the brightness of that. Okay, so I've set that out the box, it's a medium brightness, and if I hold the button down again, wait for a tone goes up. Dit is that's my best impression. So dit is day, is night. So you can see that that's set to maximum, and you can set those yourself. You know, if you want different brightnesses, 8 levels of brightness on that if you want to set the brightness, and that's by just holding the button down past the beep. There you go, and now it will cycle up and go through the brightnesses. There's 8 levels of brightness, and it maxes out at the top. Okay, so and it'll remember that. Okay, Dean, so I hope that answers that question. What else we got? How long will the txi-d keep its memory for? I think it means the receiver. When the batteries are, it will remember forever. So once it's in that memory, you take the batteries out, it will remember. It's in the memory. So everything's memorized, even if you remove the battery, in the receiver and in the alarm. Okay, Andrew Sparks. So hopefully that answers that. What else we got here? Anybody else? I think I've answered that question. There we go, Paul's joined. Hello. So yeah, there's a few things. How's the IMU work? Yeah, I'm going to do a video on that. So Jay Davis, you just asked me a question. How does the IMU work? I'm going to try and do something like that in the garden. I might make myself into a little thief and set that up for you, show how it works. Okay, so yeah, obviously got time on my hands, and that's something we'll be covering at a later date. Why do slim lights need to be the same colour as the alarm? Again, something I covered last night. That was everything's at a different voltage. Okay, so to get the same brightness across all the colour range, the 6 colours, they're all driven at different voltages. So it has to make it, to make them the same brightness. So there is a chance that if you plug a different colour into a different alarm, you're going to be running it at a voltage that it doesn't like. So there is a potential to damage it. So that's why sort of just, we recommend doing that. Okay. Right, let's turn that back up. I'm sorry, you're going to look at me again. So just to go through, if you need to know anything, then drop us a line. If you just joined us now, we're just going to finish up a little bit and just have a chat. I know somebody's asked me about the history of Delkim. Would they like to know about the history of Delkim? We have written there was an article on this a few years ago, I think. We did something with Total Carp magazine, where Del Romang is my father. His business that he created back in 1977 with a fishing friend of his called Kim Donaldson, and that was when Delkim was formed. And they were two keen carp anglers at that time. Lots of carp angling going on in Essex. The likes of Cliff Fox and Kevin Nash, all from that area, all fishing the same lakes. In fact, Cliff Fox had the old optonic conversions at some point when he was just starting out with his bed chairs, so he'd been around our house when I was a very wee nipper. Again, Kevin Nash used to fish at similar lakes down there. So, this industry kind of grew from that late 70s crew down in Essex, sort of going from there. Obviously lots of different anglers in different parts of the country as well who have started out, but there was a strong, 3 strong brands there from that time that have grown. And Dad and Kim were sort of making sacks and slings and little bits and pieces to help pay for fishing in those. So getting bait and stuff wasn't easy. It needed money, and spending the housekeeping wasn't the best thing in the world. So yeah, they were doing that and used to convert herons, the old heron heads that used to come out. People, I think he did some for a friend, and somebody saw them and said, well, these are good, could you do some for me? And therefore he was doing it as a favour, the little heron head conversion. Then people want to actually buy them, and we were doing bits and buying blank ones and doing them and selling them. That was a kind of conversion thing that went, and then it followed on when we did the famous optonic conversion that really made our name, the Delkim name. They're still famous. Still, people ring us up and say, I've got Delkim optonics. Anything you can do? Something's just finally gone wrong after. Well, when did we stop making them? About 1983, 84. So many moons ago. So yeah, that's where we were with that. If you weren't aware, then we actually got taken to court by the company that used to make optonics, a company called d-lok. Excuse me. They didn't like the fact that we were converting their product and upgrading it, even though at one point we were buying them direct from them and then converting them. They didn't like that idea. They took us to court, and unfortunately we lost. But that was that was then, and this is now. Hi, if you just join us, sorry, just to butt in, but I keep people coming and going. We're just having a little chat about the history of Delkim. Some people have asked. We've just gone through smart clips, a bit on the EVD, and obviously you'll be able to watch this back and see what you want to see. But we're just doing a little bit of history of Delkim that people have asked. So optonic conversions, as I say, we got stopped making them, and at that point, that's where Kim Donaldson decided to leave the business. They were still friends, but he didn't want to be part of the court action and stuff. Didn't want to risk that, which was fair enough. So then my dad took on the company solely with them and my late mother, and that's really what sparked things on. Once he got stopped from doing that, he sought a way of getting around it and making his own bite alarms. The problem that they didn't like is that we changed the thing that they didn't like, d-lok, is that we went from the wheel, with the vane type scenario to a magnet. We just improved it. They didn't like that. They didn't like that we were doing something different to their product. So my dad took it upon himself to make his own bite alarm. Okay, something completely different. So we couldn't have a wheel. We couldn't have any moving parts. And that's where we came up with the wonderful vibration system. And the great story that my dad always tells is that he was desperately trying to think of a way of getting around this, and he woke up in the middle of the night. He ran down the stairs naked. He's quite happy to tell anybody, doesn't even need a drink inside him. Ran down the stairs naked, got his record player and turned everything on and ran a piece of line across the needle on the record player, and as he went faster, the sound changed. And then from there on in, he realised there was a correlation between how that line rubbed over that stylus and then, you know, how it could change the sound. And from there on in, that's what he worked on tirelessly. You know, many prototypes and back to the drawing boards and backwards and forwards and doing everything, until eventually we hit on the right recipe and we came up with our first Delkim alarm, which was released in 1992. So that was the infamous, or the very famous, I should say, standard alarm that we released. I don't have any examples here with me. You know, they're at HQ. I'm very unlikely to be there anytime soon. But yeah, that's how it got to. And the bit that, you know, separates Delkim, not only that vibration, that you know, you just tap the line and it also works that way, but it's this magic warble that was crucial in being able to design the product. That wasn't something we added just for sound effects. We had to find a way, because up to that point every bite alarm had a one toner. The one toner was the famous you know, sound when you got to run it to a single tone. Once it did that with vibration, you'd just get massive feedback because it couldn't cope. So we had to find a way around it, and then we used a special method what's called sample and hold, which means it, in between every bit of pulse, it takes a sample of the line moving, then it stops, then it goes again, then it stops. And that's where that warble comes in, because it has time to pick up the line and then shut itself down so it doesn't pick up the vibration of the sound. So that was the critical thing, and that's how the warble came to be. I'm probably not explaining it as well as I could do, but my dad's probably better than this. But you know, that's where that magic warble came from, and that everybody knows and loves of the Delkim sound. And that's where we got to, where we released our first alarms in 1992. So there's there's loads of it. There's information on our website on the history of Delkim. I could probably do a better job with a bit more examples of product, but you know, that's a brief history of the Delkim. If you want to know anything more, yeah, you know, we did lots of things. You know, that vibration has stayed, and we're still using it today. Essentially, it's not changed. We digitized it in the new range, but from the standard that we made to the TXI to the Plus range to now, that vibration sensor has not changed, and it's still the same way of working. So it's proved to be a pretty robust way. In fact, I was just talking to an American customer today who was ringing me. He said it was finishing in -32, and he said Delkims work solidly because they don't freeze. It's snow everywhere. I don't think I'd want to fish in -32, but that's where he was, and everything worked sound, because that vibration sensor is extremely versatile. But there you go. So there's a brief history. Sorry if that was a bit boring or long-winded, but I can do more. But any more questions just before we go? A few people joining. Robert Davis, what made you bring out new alarms? Discover new technology, or just thought it's about time for a change? Hey, we made the old one for 15 years. So I think it was time we brought something new out. Yeah, technology had moved on, and we had worked on our new digital range, or the txi-d and RxD, for 10 years. So it was pretty much past its sell-by date. Still good alarms, and people will be on how much they love our old alarms. And I'll do some stuff on the old stuff, maybe tomorrow or certainly Monday. So yeah, just got to move forward, and I think, you know, it has moved forward quite a lot. But you'll see. What else we got? Just a couple more before we go. Oh, here we go, because we're talking about hangers. Okay, perfect. Tom Choma, I think that's how we pronounce that. Why is it recommended to pull the cable on the indication set instead of the plug? Okay, so let me just finish on this, plus download the app. Okay, make sure you download the app and get that competition going. So let me just do this before we go. Okay, this is how to get longevity out of your hangers. Okay, you should always remove them by pulling down on the bobbin head, and it pulls it straight out the socket. Okay, plug them in like that with the plug. Just pull that. Can you see a bit further down? There we go. But pull down, straight down, and pull them out, and then that stops you pulling at an angle. Okay, so when you're standing above your alarm, you'll be trying to pull this and do down, and then you end up bending the plug, bending the socket, just asking for trouble. These are so strong because there's a wire trace running in there, so that's our cat flex cable assembly. So you can just pull straight down, it removes it nice and straight, and then you don't damage that little plug. It just keeps it, and that would be my recommendation at all times. Okay, so if you have asked questions, then I will come back to you, posting, and I'll keep covering stuff. We can't do it all in one go, but I think half an hour is enough jibber jabber from me today. So just say goodbye. All right, so stay safe, guys. Please don't go out shopping today, and people are not taking a notice. Someone barged straight past me to put her trolley in. What can you say? Stay safe, and download that app, enter that competition, and hopefully up our 6 tomorrow. We'll go through some more stuff. Keep telling me what you'd like to see, and then we'll go through some more bits for you. Hopefully that was useful. See you later.